remembers what we did well enough for a little recap for the stream on a segment I like to call Previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
Me.
The fight scene here is a big clue.
So we finished up with the monster. I don't remember what it was. The scarab-headed monster fight. We killed it the previous time, and we leveled up. And last time we cleared out the thing. It was bleeding gold into the stream. So we took several thousand gold. We also used it as a bargaining chip to sell buy the Flying Dutchman, whatever we're calling it. Yep, the King of Coins airship. And then we have a couple of consultants that are helping us fly it, including the King's son, which we have named Rafik the Shadow Scooter. And we came to this forest, and the trees were like, "Hey, what you guys doing here? We want to be friends, but we don't want you to come any closer." And Amon was like, "Screw it, I'm killing everything." So then we had to...
That wasn't me. That was Draco.
Sorry, Draco.
I tried to talk to them. I tried to use Speak with Plants, which is a high-level spell that Draco just, let me throw out there and waste. So,
Yeah. So, and my purpose for today is to see if I can kill Draco.
Yeah.
It was a little bit unusual in that it started off with a potential diplomatic discussion, and then Draco just gave them plant aids.
Pretty much.
Glossed over this section a little bit.
Oh yeah, we found a dude, and I think I got something.
I was confused. Did he come with us on the airship?
No, he stayed where he was.
Oh, okay.
At the pillars, just a wandering merchant and his pet lizard.
Okay, as you do.
Then we made it to the exterior of the Oasis. From there, you could see the massive temple at its center, but had no clear path to it. Began navigating through the enchanted jungle, found talking trees standing guard at its outermost perimeter, and killed them to gain access to the interior of the jungle. The only other bit of information is they bought the flying ship. It's like a hot air balloon basically from Kabir, which I think was a fine use of money. And he basically gave us a choice of skyship commanders, someone who is familiar with the ship's operation, and we elected to take his son as our new ship's captain, the guy who'd been shadowing Renan.
My best friend Aladdin, I know.
Yep.
I know who you speak of.
However, contingent on that was that he needs to go out into the world and learn all the lessons that the world has to teach him, because he will one day return home and become the new King of Coin once he's mastered all that there is to master in the world. But while he's doing that, he's not allowed to use his familial name. His father forbid him from it, both because he needs to not be given any free advantage, and because someone might choose to, hold him hostage or whatever. So for protection on both sides from, potential favoritism and or abduction, he's been forbidden from using his name, and he asked you guys as a party to help him come up with a good name, and so far we have not yet. So every time he meets a new person, he borrows their name for a day. So since the last person we dealt with was Rafik the Sand Trader and his lizard Scooter, he is now Rafik the Shadow Scooter. But that
the Aladdin of Agrabah. I don't understand why this is so hard. It's very easy. And where were you when I was not here, everyone else?
It's all adding up.
Okay, well, that's the name I'm giving him, so...
Well, he idolizes you, so if you want to make that official, you could probably tell him that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making it official, because that's my favorite Disney character and movie of all time.
Aladdin it is.
Aladdin's my favorite. Like, I could watch that movie on repeat. It's not about me. Okay.
All right. So we'll pick up. Oh, inspiration from last session. I think I knew who I would give it to if it were not a democracy, but you guys, who do you think deserves it?
Not Draco.
Oh, plant murderer.
Who doesn't have one?
It must be a
Neither
mine,
Draco
right?
or I have one.
I don't
Didn't-
have one either. Do you have any, Amon? Because you
Ah.
did try to take the diplomatic solution. But if you already have
Yeah,
one-
I had some good RP in the last game, but I already have one, so I'm happy to give it to like Brendan or Hoppy.
No, Renan has one.
Then let's give it
So,
to
Hoppy-
Hoppy.
But I'm curious, John, who you would have given it to.
I was gonna, if it were my choice, I would have given it to Amon,
Yeah.
both because he volunteered to go back to Com by himself to
Mhm.
negotiate for our reward, and despite that not being his strong, so he did a fairly good job of it, and then also was willing to risk both a high-level spell slot and his life to negotiate with the Guardians of the Forest rather than murder them.
Yep. I agree.
It didn't pan
I
out,
agree
but he
with
was
that
at least,
for sure.
he was willing to do it.
Punishment for Draco, because he can't just like do whatever. We need to punish him.
We didn't give inspiration token. We gave a lack of inspiration token. Draco.
De-inspiration token.
So,
What's the opposite of that? Because he
You get
gets
disadvantage on all of your everything.
Mhm.
Well, that could affect all of us, so let's not go that far.
you guys collectively get a token where one time you can make him roll a disadvantage to really fuck him over.
It's an automatic critical failure.
I like it.
All right. So we'll pick up here in the aftermath of the tree ant fight.
Just throwing it out there, we did make it so that we could have multiple inspirations. I'm okay with giving it to Amon. I think that he did a lot more than I did last time. All I did was buy shit.
I guess
And
that's true because
for
we
gold.
also let people give inspiration tokens to other people. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to
I'll take it.
reward RP whenever we can because it's not a thing my games tend to focus on. But he did a really good job of it in my mind. So
Add it to your count, Amon.
In my mind too. Thanks, guys.
all
I didn't have Zeke last week, so I was able to actually roleplay. So
right. Advantage.
advantage.
All right, we're picking up here where we left off. The battle was pretty one-sided for us, except for Draco, who got mauled. Would be charitable. So I don't know if we want to do anything to concerning his HP. Otherwise, we are at about noonish o'clock now. Still in the first half mile of the massive jungle that leads to the Oasis of Kher-Sur.
I mean,
And
he should probably heal himself, but I don't think, or
No.
use a hit
No,
die.
No.
Looking for which spell to use, because I assume we don't want to wait around while he heals himself.
The best out of combat spell that I think he has access to is Healing Spirit, which is it takes a minute for it to be fully effective, but that's 10 rounds. He gets basically a d6 per round for a minute, so 10 d6 of healing.
Do you guys want to do a break, or do you want to just do healing word?
We should probably keep moving. I would have him cast a spell because we don't. I don't want to wait around for people to find out what we did to these Ents.
He needs to use his spell slot because he's the one that ruined all of our plans.
Someone's destroyed the border guards and, oh my god, gave them tree aids? What kind of monsters are we dealing with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he gets 20 of those.
10. 1d6 per minute for a minute. 10 rounds. You can multiply that by 10 and take 40 if you want, or if you want to roll it 9 more times, that's your prerogative.
Does anybody else need healing?
Amon could use a little bit, but he's the lowest by far, so I would just probably dump it all in him.
Should have just taken the 40.
Gains 29 HP and goes to 30 something because he was about dead.
He was at 17.
46.
So thank you. I'm having trouble with basic math right now.
Oh, I
Welcome
forgot.
to my life,
56.
Mark.
What's that?
I said, welcome to my life. I can't do basic math quickly, and I can't do the spelling out loud. When someone's like, you just spell it like this, and then they say it, my dyslexia goes, none of those are letters. Try again.
More along the lines of my audio is weird today. I guess it's time to finally replace these headphones. Like, you guys are in the background, and it's really hard for me to understand you. So it's bothering me a lot.
Do you have
So-
a dial that lets you change
No.
what is in the foreground? Oh.
No.
I've got this, but it just turns it up and down. So I
have,
don't
like,
know.
Headset that has audio effects versus like talking volume is separate, and like dialing it down is more talking volume, and dialing it up is more like background audio effects.
No, they're not that cool.
It's split.
I'm gonna disconnect and try and connect again.
Whilst Hoppy is disconnecting and
There you
reconnecting, well, actually it might be him. I forget. Who is leading when we're going single file through the jungle, clearing a path
Go
with a
back.
hatchet?
I have a go back. How is my baby dragon?
We
good.
decided.
Go, Mark. Yeah.
Sorry, we decided not to. So the next step we think is to have Draco set it on fire again, and we decided not to do that because we were going into a difficult adventure, and it would be more difficult if we had a baby dragon along. However, if at any time we want to saddle Draco with a dragon, I am down for that today.
Cool.
Right there in the
Thank
name.
you. Thanks for the update.
It seemed happy and full. We thought we could maybe force a hatch, but then angry, screaming, fire-breathing toddler.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the question: when you're trudging through the brush, who is my machete-wielding party leader?
It was me previously.
And I was right behind him.
Okay, then Mon, I'd like you to make that survival check again. Now that we've had some disruption in our we're gonna follow this line. Do your best to put us back on that path to the center of the oasis. Well done. You take the party and you guys walk for several hours deep into the underbrush. There comes a small problem. It's now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody's tired. Everybody's sweaty. They're mosquito bitten. You can hear the sounds of fast running water from here. But what you stop the troop for is you are now standing at the precipice of a small gorge. There's a rift in the terrain here. If you peek down, you can actually see it goes deep enough to see sand. Almost 70 or 80 feet straight down, and there's just this valley of sand that lays here. And it's too far across that even with a good running jump, you don't think you could get across. So you're sort of at the impasse of left, right, or do you want to come up with some kind of mechanism for crossing the span?
Ethan is a remarkable athlete.
Do you want to ford the river?
Draco has that jump spell that he can cast on a bunch of people. Would that allow us to get the extra oomph we need to cross?
You can try.
Somebody has Dimension Door. I don't know who that bitch is.
But you can only take one other person, right?
I only need one other person.
Oh,
You gotta put Draco on the other side and leave him.
Not Draco.
how far is it? Fire guy
16.
can 60 feet.
Oh, but Fire Guy can do better.
He can only teleport, I think, 15 feet or something like that. He can't teleport very far.
I still think he can go further, but he can do it multiple times, right?
He can. Well, he can take all of us if we're all in one area, but because of the distance. But if it was 15 feet, we could jump that. What is the...
Your best estimate is about 30 feet across the gorge from ledge to ledge. However, the other side looks eroded
so you'd have to go
pretty heavily.
farther.
So you think like landing on the edge might be problematic.
Draco can cast Water Walk on everybody if it looks like there's not going to be a significant like if there aren't waves or anything else that might catch us out, that might be a good solution.
To be clear, there's no water
It's not
present
water,
here in the
it's a
gorge.
big ravine.
I did mention
Got
that in the distance you can hear the sound of fast-moving water, but it's not
Okay.
traveling through this gorge.
Yeah, he wanted to use some kind of jump spell when we were right before I got that mask.
There's a spell literally called Jump that triples your jump distance.
So I think
I
it's
just don't know if he can cast that on us or if it's only for him.
I think it's any creature.
One creature.
Okay.
And is it a cantrip or is it a level 1 spell?
Level 1.
How many level 1 spells does he have access to?
4.
Today.
So if Renan Dimension Doors one person with her, he can cast it on the other 4. On the other, him, right? Because there's 6 of us.
So
That all sounds right to me.
alternatively, Hoppy can carry somebody light.
Who has the lowest success chance for that jump without the buff?
Probably
Let's send them
Draco.
over.
Draco.
Oh, sorry, Renan.
No, are you kidding? I can fucking jump it. I'm an acrobat.
No,
They were saying, sorry, you have to help Draco.
Oh, I don't have to actually.
The whole point was to try to take our highest risk person over.
No, I understood your
Everyone else.
point. It was very logical and very nice. But
Okay, then Hoppy
unfortunately-
can carry Draco. And
I'm taking Aladdin. I'm not taking.
no, Aladdin is in the ship.
Oh, that's right. He's with the ship. He's not with us.
Yeah, you
Oh,
could take.
okay.
Sorry,
Sorry can actually fly across.
Okay.
you can
Okay,
take.
sorry. Okay.
You can take Amon, and I can.
I'll take
then-
Draco, guys. I'm just kidding. I'll take Draco.
Well, I kind of wanted to wait
He
and see
can
if she
also
would, like,
fire
pick
guy.
Amon up in her arms, like, swinging across the trench in Star Wars style. Hold on to me.
So he can burn 2. 3 spells. 1 for me, 1 for Amon, 1 for Oni.
Mm-hmm. Sorry can get across herself, and Renan will take Draco.
Is there? I hate to burn 3 spells to do that, but I can't think of another. Is from
I may not need it because Remarkable Athlete says when I make a running long jump, the distance I can cover increases by the number of feet equal to my strength modifier. And my strength modifier is 6, so I can jump 60 feet. Am I
Say
reading
this to
that
me
right?
again.
It says
Let me read it.
when you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by the number of feet equal to your strength modifier. And if my mod is 6, and my move is 30.
The way that D&D works is you cover with a running head start, you can cover a distance equal to your strength modifier, or half that without it. So your long jump by default would be 26 feet with a good head start.
15.
Okay, so I need the jump. Got it.
Or you have to roll and get higher.
No.
what is? Sorry, what's the?
Strength score with a running head start, half strength score without one.
Oh, Strength score is 9. My strength score is 19. It doesn't have anything to do with your movement.
It does not. When you talk about distance traveled with something like falling or with the jump spell, over a protracted period of time, I would factor in movement speed, but for the purposes of wearing armor and jumping across a chasm, it's almost entirely determined by your strength score.
All right,
Okay.
so 3 level 1
So
jump
3
spells.
jumps.
Yeah.
Gets us across. Okay.
I was trying to save you the spell slot, but
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do too.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, I'm just having.
no, we haven't tried this before, so.
Yeah.
All right,
1, 2, 3.
let's do it.
Done.
Jumping the ravine.
Everybody's jumping.
Okay. What you didn't realize is that at the bottom of the ravine is a giant Audrey 2 that was waiting for things to fly overhead. It eats all of you and game over.
Can we feed Draco and move on?
Yes. Feed me, Seymour. Have a Draco. You all land on the far side of the ravine. Soft, gentle landings. You don't disturb the far embankment at all. You arrive obviously after the dimension door. Everybody's on the far side. No reason to go around, and you are now on a downslope moving towards the interior center of the jungle. By about 4 o'clock, you've traveled another hour and a half past this gorge. Everybody's starting to get a little tired. We're not quite at the level where we have to make an endurance check for fatigue or anything, but it's hot here. You've been walking most of the day. It's just you feel tired, and there's something about like the wet heat that you're just inexperienced with. There's this level of like the sweat on your skin just isn't evaporating. Your clothes get wet and stay wet. As desert dwellers, this is not a sensation you're terribly familiar or comfortable with. There's also some kind of like a new fatigue has sort of entered your consciousness. Just everything about this area of the landscape seems to just make you want to lay down and take a nap. I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw to soldier through and shrug off any of the deleterious effects of this extreme weather.
I don't know that I have.
Oh,
But I don't
it's a good thing Amon got his inspiration token.
Yeah. That second one was for Draco.
Draco.
I didn't need to hit it twice. Ignore me.
And Hoppy shouldn't have had
Advantage.
advantage.
Use my own. If you were going to burn the inspiration, 22 is a great number.
Mm-hmm.
The only person who hasn't made it then is Draco, who just kind of like limply just falls backwards into the jungle on the floor and just like exhales so loudly that everybody can hear him. Kind of putting on like the I'm a kid and I have to be carried now at Disneyland sort of temper tantrum of just this is fun, but now I'm done.
This is when Hoppy picks him up and slings him over his shoulder.
Pretty much. Put him in the bag of holding if you want.
It is not important just now, but Mark, remember that he did fail this Constitution check. It may be relevant later. As you guys continue to move forward, you hear that sound of fast-moving water again, and it's pretty close nearby. Amon, as the person leading this van, I'd like you to make a perception check. In addition to the sound of Draco's whining and the sound of rushing water nearby and all of the other ambient jungle sounds, you hear the sound of a panicked animal. You're not entirely certain what it is. It almost it sounds like the panic whinnying of a horse, Like there's just that sort of like high-pitched neighing sound that just keeps echoing around you. But it's that there's a panicked quality to it, like something that's in distress or has been injured, very close to where you are.
Does it sound like a person or like an animal? Can you tell?
Your best intuition is that it's definitely an animal, and it sounds equine to you.
Fight the sadness.
In the swamp.
Do you guys want to take a little detour to save a poor helpless animal?
Hoppy
Yes.
definitely does. Hoppy wants to add it to his menagerie.
Okay,
Let's
but
do it.
I just want to turn to Draco and say, don't do a fucking thing. I will personally slit your throat. Do not do anything.
I just want to give it nature aids.
We hear the sounds of distress, or we see the animal in distress?
So far, only Amon has heard it, and
I
all
would
he
ass-
has heard it.
I would assume as a druid, Draco would also want to do it, want to help it, but he's kind of being a whiny bitch, so maybe he's like, I'm tired.
I'm a little
And-
concerned that it might be a trap. What do you think about me casting Pass Without a Trace so that we can investigate
Save your-
the area of the sound without... Oh, or Renan should probably
Yes.
go
We can send
ahead.
Renan. Yeah, let's
Yes.
send Renan.
Yeah,
Save
I
your
don't want to
spell.
take a chance that we go and investigate something that ends up...
Yeah, save your spell. Let me go sneak ahead. Can I sneak ahead, please, and make sure this isn't a trap?
Yes, please. Your two most favorite rolls, please. Stealth and perception.
Okay, I'm sorry. My Roll20 is working negative speed today. Ooh, how did I do so bad on perception?
By rolling a 10 and only having a 2?
I just increased my wisdom so that this didn't happen.
So I guess, sorry. My question to you, Michelle, would you freely relay any of the information I would tell you, the player, or like, can I share this information openly, or would you rather see it privately first?
Nope, I would openly.
You walk about 150 feet ahead of where Amon is. He tells you what he's hearing in its rough directionality. The thick, lush jungle that he's been hacking through gives way to sort of shorter, wet grass, and you can see now a large running stream that's maybe 20 feet below you. So you're sort of up on a higher embankment looking down at this small river valley. Just fast enough to sort of get a little white caps on the running water. On the other side of the river, though, you can see what looks like a zebra, a black and white striped horse, is laying down on the banks. Its leg is clearly broken in a compound fracture with the bone sticking out through its left, flank. And it's got a small, I guess you'd call it a yearling, a young adult zebra, but maybe half of its size, probably just about a year old, a child. And it's stuck or injured to a point where it can't move on its own, and it's just doing that call for emergency scream. You sit and observe it for just a second, and that's when you notice on the far side of the embankment, level with you, but on the other side of the river, you can see the underbrush moving and swaying slightly, and you track the motion of something that you probably think is something predatory, because it's circling around the bank, looking to maybe come down behind where the wounded zebra is. It's taking very good care to remain in the underbrush and stick to the darker areas, which, is what you would do if you were going to try to ambush something.
Okay, I would like to try to. I'm gonna say, Amon, why don't you and I try to sneak and see what this predator is? Like, you hit him from one end, I hit him from another, and then we bow and arrow that motherfucker.
Pack tactics.
Would you like Hoppy to go down the middle?
Sure. But be aware, this could still be a trap, my guys.
Hoppy wants to help the little zebra. He
I do
likes
too.
zebras.
A zebra, as Bluey would say.
I'm not Louie. I'm a zebra.
This is what you see when you follow Renan back to the edge. You got, a roughly 20-yard embankment down to a river. On the other side of the river, you can see the wounded zebra token. It's a larger map. You may have to zoom out. And then, somewhere in this neighborhood is the last place she saw something moving in the taller, thick brush. For the sake of transparency and ease of making my life simple, let's use the turn tracker. I'm going to remove everybody. Oh, sorry. I'll have to do Hoppy's manually.
Sorry.
It didn't hit remove fast enough.
Are we on this map? Oh.
On the left.
Found myself.
Important to do.
Only took me 40 years, but I need you to get your shit together today, internet.
All right. It makes sense. Renan, you go first.
I'd like to sneak, if I can. Where's the area where it was? I'm sorry, I didn't see you ping it.
Right around here was the last place you saw it.
Okay, well, we're still having issues, so where?
I will put something down.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let me grab Fire Guy since Fire Guy's now in the correct spot where you last saw him.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Oh, this map is being a bitch.
Hey, John,
Yes, sir.
kind of off topic, but does Mass Favor require attunement?
I do not think so.
Okay.
I'd have to check the sheet, but I'm fairly certain it's like Luckstone, which does not.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Can I double move to here?
You're proficient in acrobatics, true?
Yep.
Then yeah, no problem. You just kind of slide down the embankment and run along that log if you want to.
That is all I'm gonna do for my turn. And I'd like to still be in stealth mode. Do you want me to re-roll for that?
Yeah, you're going to be crossing some pretty open ground, so I'd like you to make the stealth roll with disadvantage, because it's going to be hard for you to remain hidden in the open. But you're doing your best, moving slowly, moving carefully, trying to stay as hidden as you can.
Guys, I think we're going to be fighting an Allosaurus and a Displacer Beast.
Okay, I just hit it twice, so
How
a
dare you.
16. Is that okay, or do you want me to re-roll with disadvantage on?
No, that's perfect.
Okay. I'm assuming a 16 is okay.
You would assume.
Did I lose you?
No. I was trying to decide whether or not I'd tell you that, and I think I've decided not to tell you.
I got in trouble
Okay.
for reading something in chat.
Hoppy, it's your turn.
I don't want to scare this animal, but I think I'm going to try and scare the other animal, the one that's trying to hunt this one. I think I'm going to run. How far can I go? Oh, 40 feet further than her.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
Can I come? Can I jump? Can can I double move and then kind of go and try and scare the other thing away?
You can.
I think Michelle was going to deliver my line. Go ahead.
You can try. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's John's line.
Okay. What I meant is, will trying to intimidate it into backing off take more than a turn or take an action or
No, I'm fine with that being your interact kind of freebie action. Yeah, you're proficient in athletics or acrobatics, correct? So you can
athletics?
just kind of slide down the mountain without taking any falling damage, jump across the stream, and then give me psycho hoppy check.
With my eyes glowing and hulking up and being like trying to be as intimidating as possible to try and scare it away. I'm going to get right in its face as close as I can and scream at it. And that was with Hoppy, and I don't think it was with advantage, but 13.
Okay.
Sorry.
In response to your aggressive posturing and like guttural roar, a large monstrous beast pokes its head out of the brush at about 10 feet off the ground. It's got a 6-foot maw of gaping recurved teeth. Looks a bit like this. And it just roars in response, having seen your excitation as a challenge. It now sees you as the dominant alpha male in his territory, and he's going to respond to the challenge.
All right, let's get it on.
Oni, it's your turn. You see a giant, 10-foot lizard emerge from the underbrush, walking on 2 muscled hind legs with a giant maw of teeth. You are on the far embankment. What would you like to do?
I'm going to use Earth Walk and Double Move to position myself here next to the wounded animal. And can I do anything to stabilize it, or does that require an action?
That would require an
turn. Okay.
Like, you can interact with it and like pet it if you want to, but as far as like treating it, that'll have to wait till next turn.
Okay.
You'll wait to interact with it till next turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Okay. On my turn, the jumbo dino runs to the edge of his side of the shore and tries to take a bite at Hoppy.
Missed.
Hoppy's telling it about the menagerie that it's trying to build at Draco's Grotto, and it's like, hey, you want to come live with me? Ow, why are you trying to bite me?
It snaps at you, but you're able to dodge, sort of like punching it in the jaw and knocking it to the side.
Bad dog.
Yeah. No nipping, no nippies. It doesn't seem like it's used to being, everything in this jungle is terrified of it. It's not accustomed to something that's going to stand its ground, especially something that is as relatively small to it as you are. So that was a lot of fun to watch, I imagine. Oni, you feel a weird sense of like almost like a motion sickness, I would think. Like, and when you first get off a roller coaster and like you have that very first couple of steps back on terra firma for a minute, and you're a little disoriented, your stomach's a little upset, your head's a little wonky, maybe vision blurs just ever so slightly.
I didn't fail my con check.
Amon, you watch Hoppy fighting the giant dinosaur, really, and it's always fun to watch him work, but you have the nagging sense You know, like when a large house cat like walks up against your leg and just gently brushes you with like its flank and tail. You get that weird sort of sensation, like of something that just the fuzz of something has brushed up against you. But as you turn and look, there's nothing around you. And it is your turn, Amon.
I want to just do my check my surroundings. You know, check which way the wind's going. Um, just take overall stock of my surroundings as I would as a deft explorer and nature survivalist.
Okay. The wind on this map is blowing north to south, so from the top of the map to the bottom of the map. Um, yeah, there's no other obvious signs of something. But all I can give you for
Okay.
free.
Okay. Then I am going to move upwind, just to the bank over here, and the dinosaur is still just having like a yelling match with Hoppy right now, right? It hasn't attacked.
Yeah. So far, no blood has been drawn.
Okay.
Not for its lack of trying, but
Okay. Then I'm going to delay action and prepare my bow, and hunter's mark. Actually, I'm going to summon Mike. I'm going to do that instead.
okay.
And that will be my action. And I'll cast hunter's mark on the dinosaur as my bonus action. Let's
All right. It looks like we lost you both from Roll20. You guys have an internet crap out.
Potentially.
Okay. No worries. It is Draco's turn. Actually, it's not. Um, actually, it is. Yeah, sorry. I thought we were at 0. Or I thought we had passed 0. I saw his initiative as 23 for some reason. It is Draco's turn.
He is gonna pull out Wildfire Guy. Gonna move him over from there to here. And what could he do that would screw up everything?
That is the Draco decision tree.
uh, he's kind of a little too far away from the action, so he's gonna move up because he can't fight from there. He goes 30. Fire
It's
Guy is
hard to tell because the map is difficult to read, but that puts him like halfway down the river's sort of like bank.
okay.
Um, I don't believe he's proficient in athletics, so I'll need him to make an athletics check.
Could he do half speed safely?
Just like boot scoot. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
He's not trying to get anywhere fast.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I like that. Little
A
boot
whiny
scoot
little
down the hill.
bitch.
Yep.
Little boot scoot. I assume that he can go the first 10 feet at normal and then the next 10 feet at half.
That seems fair.
Okay. And his action was to get Fire Guy.
Okay. On 0, what do you want Sari to do?
Can she do like anything to interact with this this Allosaur, like make it a friend or anything like that?
No, she can she can charm a person, not an animal, and she can blow it up with Eldritch Blast. about it. The other spell
Hoppy,
that she's got
Hoppy is
dedicated
planning
to
on making friends with it, so until it bites him, I don't want any action taken against it. Is my preference. Anybody else have one?
I agree. And Draco can't make stupid decisions right now, so
Draco's on his butt on the side of the river, so
Okay.
You're not gonna have him come try to heal this animal?
he could only move that much.
Mm.
He's got another.
Heal it with vampiric touch.
He's 45 feet away. Maybe next turn he can get get within range.
You're not broadcasting.
Oh, sorry. It is Renan's turn, beginning of round 2. You've made it across the river. Hoppy's sparring with a dinosaur. Oni's rushed to the side of the wounded zebra, and you watch as Fire Guy is now joining Draco in boot scooting down the embankment. Amon's gone to high ground for a good vantage. What do you want to do?
I would like to. Do I can see the dragon thing now, right? Or monster thing now? Or no?
You can. Yeah.
Okay, then I would just like to ready an arrow. And if that thing attacks Mark, then I would like to shoot it.
Technically, it
Seems
tried to attack him last round. It was just unsuccessful.
Hoppy is trying to.
Well, I'm trying to honor Hoppy's request.
Okay. Hoppy is trying to negotiate with it. Okay.
And if it hurts Hoppy, then I would like to shoot it with my arrow. I'd like to try to shoot it with my arrow.
Okay. Hoppy,
Did I do that right, John?
Yeah. You did.
If then.
Yep. It's always like an if-then clause. If something happens, then I would like to do this, and you didn't try to break up your movement, and your action was completely legal.
I'm hungry.
Hoppy, everybody's the eyes of the nation turn to Hoppy.
Hoppy would like to put on a display of being the boss, and could he use animal handling to to try and tame it or try and convince it to go away.
Your body language says you're trying to Tony Danza him. I think intimidate and handle animal are probably different skills. If you're trying to turn it from aggressive to not aggressive, I'd let you attempt that with handle animal, but it's going to be a disadvantage because it's it saw you as a alpha predator in its territory, so it's already sort of very interested in seeing which one of you dies. It'll be hard to dissuade him from this course of action, but not impossible. So disadvantage on the animal handling.
Then Hoppy is going to do it because Hoppy doesn't want to hurt this animal because it's just trying to have lunch, and we're just saying that it can't have my zebra because the zebra goes to the bestiary.
It's a lady dinosaur, and all we know is that girls just want to have lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's all they really want.
Use your inspiration token.
I don't have one.
No!
No!
Girls just want to munch. Girls just want to munch.
I'll give him my inspiration.
That really sucks because I got a 1 and a 20.
Amon has gifted you a inspiration token if you want to reroll it. Otherwise, I'm going to narrate.
No!
Oh!
Oh my goodness! It was always meant to be.
You do not get to handle this animal, sir.
And the episode now shortcuts to Amon's private side interview. What a waste of a token.
I wasn't going to say it.
Hoppy, maybe this creature is just too primal. Maybe you did too good a job of challenging it to mortal combat. Um, some things aren't meant to be pets. Is the end result? You've heard that told to you before by other keepers of great beasts, and this just might be that case. Every time you try to make friends with it, it just bites you. Every attempt to de-escalate the situation just enrages it. It's now frothing at the mouth, trying to kill you. And for you, the last straw is once it won't fight you anymore, its eyes turn to Renan, and when you realize that it might just try to eat some of your smaller friends, for your character, I have to imagine that's the final straw in trying to negotiate with it.
Well, yeah. So I so if it's now afraid of me and going after somebody else, then I'll start attacking it. But as long as it's on me, I'm gonna sit here and try and tame it until it runs away.
It hasn't left you yet. It just is sort of eyeballing other people. Well, if this guy won't fight me.
Was that my turn? Was that
Unless
my
your action, you have a move and a bonus left. If you want to rage or if you want to go somewhere else on the map, you can still do those things.
Do I rage? No, because I'm still trying to tame my new pet.
Okay. Oni, it's your turn.
I'm going to. What is the animal next to me doing right now?
It is. Actually, this is a fun. Make a investigation check.
Hey! That didn't do anything. I should be able to see if it's laying down or standing up or has its head cocked up next to me. That's about it, though.
Its unbroken hind leg is stuck in the muddy banks of the river.
Okay.
Its broken back leg is cocked up almost to its abdomen, and it's got that compound fracture with the bone sticking out of it. It's using its front legs to sort of protect its young, and it makes 2 painful whinnies and then stamps the ground a couple of times and then puts its head over its young and then remains still for a few seconds. And then it struggles with its leg that's caught in the mud, and it protects the young. Mm-hmm. It makes 2 whinnies out loud, stamps the ground, and then puts its head over its young. Mm-hmm. And then it's still for a few seconds. And then it tries to struggle against the mud. It whinnies twice.
It's on a loop!
It seems to be repeating the exact same actions in the exact same way.
What the hell?
Trapped. We've been trapped.
I'm going to call Amon and Hoppy's attention to this behavior and say, I'm not an animal person, but this seems weird. What should I do? Or what do you want me to do?
Would I have seen anything like this before in the wild, John?
It's exceedingly rare, but since you guys both have had a storied career before now and have seen quite a bit of it's one of those I think it's a disadvantage roll, but I'd let you make the roll for sure. For knowledge nature.
Nature?
Yeah. It's obscure, but you guys get around.
Motherfucker. Would Draco also has proficiency? Would he be able
to he can roll. He might be the most likely to know it, honestly, because of his research.
Still at disadvantage?
Yes, please. Yeah. Okay. Amon's not sure or doesn't have enough information yet to put it together. Hoppy, you're more like a visual learner, so until you see a creature, your ability to infer things about it may be somewhat limited. But right away, Draco has a suspicion. Oni, as you turn to yell at the boys what this is, the scabbard of your 2 longswords, the sheath that hangs at your waists, passes through the zebra. And like static in a TV, it shorts the illusion of the zebra out for a minute, and it does the calling for help. but as soon as the scabbards have passed through it, it goes back to the same static image of it trying to tug its leg out of the thing, whinnying twice, covering its young, and then being stationary for a few seconds in a loop. Draco tells you immediately to get as far away from that thing as you possibly can, as quickly as you possibly can, and tells everyone to turn around and watch their ass. Would be his response, I have to imagine. This is why he feels that way.
And I imagine I don't have a chance to GTFO before it shows
You do
me
not,
why.
for they have been waiting with their delayed actions. 3 large black panther-looking creatures just suddenly materialize as if they were invisible, standing right there waiting for you. They have 6 legs each that end in cruel, recurved claws, but the most interesting feature is the tentacles to their back that drape out and over about 8 feet and end in pointed suction cups. Not unlike a tentacled squid. As they move, they blink from place to place, not really staying in any one exact location for more than a fraction of a second, and the zebra hallucination has vanished. They were able to conjure this somehow to draw potential prey into a trap, and they have succeeded. And now they will execute, starting with Draco.
Wait, do I
2
get to take an
tentacles.
action? I haven't taken an action or anything with my turn.
As soon as they're done with their turn, you can take
Oh,
yours. Their delayed action was as soon as someone discovers the ruse, they get to ambush.
Ah.
2 tentacles on Draco. Oh my goodness. I think both of those
Even
miss.
he didn't.
It's because the game knows that Hoppy's trying to get him killed, so nothing's gonna hit.
Right? 2
It is-
tentacles on a mon. Ooh.
Oh,
So the 25 hits for 14, and then I critically fail.
He falls down, he stumbles and falls down into the water below.
Oh. So a 1 reads, "You are embarrassed by your poor showing, but nothing remarkable happens. The penalty is I miss my attack."
Wow! Now we know what 1 does.
Damn.
so what does 100 do?
The 100 is
And you die.
yeah, basically. You shit yourself and die. Oni, I will make 2 tentacle attacks against you.
You can try.
I certainly can. Today, who the fuck knows? These are some all over the place rolls. I'm
You
having
did
some
not.
mark luck. All right, Oni, now you may take your turn. Thank you.
Okay. I am going to wallop the bejesus out of this one. So we're going to start with one of these. And hit him with one of these. And then another one of these.
Okay. The trick is, here's an interesting thing.
Here's an interest. I don't think I'm going to like this.
Your first attack misses. Your second attack hits, and I need you to roll another die, another attack roll.
Which one, gold or silver?
Gold. Okay. 2 hits for 21 damage. The best way to think about this in the future, I forgot to tell you, is that attacks made against the Displacer Beast have disadvantage, as they are literally blinking all over the place all the time. However, if you successfully hit one, that blinking ability, that disruption field that they create, is temporarily negated.
Got it.
So your first one should have been at disadvantage, but since you rolled a 17 and a 27,
I see.
you punched him in his teeth all the same, and then got to make 2 rolls normally.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Yeah. All right. They did delay their action, but it is their turn now. Yeah, I think same as before. 2 attacks on Draco. Are you yawning on stream?
No, I burped, and I'm hoping that the mic didn't pick it up.
Oh my god, everybody knows. Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
Oh no.
Is this the Draco one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the one that his fire guy did. I'm gonna be a little dramatic with it. Actually, I'll let you guys pick. How about that?
Okay.
91 is you lose your footing while attacking and fall to the ground, bumping your head. It's going to take some d6 damage, and it's potentially going to be knocked unconscious if it fails its con save. Actually, let's find out if it fails its con save first. It does. It'll be unconscious. In my mind, I kind of see it like falling unconscious and like sliding down the embankment a little bit, taking some bludgeoning damage as it falls. Would you rather it just fall unconscious, like it just turns really quick and bunks its head on this palm tree and just stays right here?
Because then it can't blink.
Fall down the cliff. Fall down the cliff.
Fall down the cliff.
Okay. It roly poly olies 40 feet down the embankment. We'll give it the sad face man. It's gonna take 4d6 of damage and is unconscious. This is not a great showing for these elite hunters. We'll do 2 Displacer Beast tentacle attacks on Amon. They only seem to be capable of eating Amon. For 7 points this time, and the second attack is a miss. And then we'll try again against Oni, but it seems unlikely. Oh, the 23 maybe.
The 23 does hit.
I see 14 points. Unless you do a reactive ability.
I'm going to Wall of Steel.
Yep. Totally absorbed.
John,
All right.
can I ask another question? I have a on the life a creature within 5 feet makes an attack against a target. This weapon has long reach, so is that 10 feet or is that literally 5 feet?
It's literally 5 feet, unfortunately.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, sorry.
And it's time for the Allosaurus to go now. Yeah, as much I know you really tried your best here, Hoppy, but given the 2 critical failures,
don't throw your shit in here. Come on.
Caleb, your mic is open.
Thank you.
We got a monkey in the house.
Throwing food
He's
at me.
However,
What
I
did
mean, I
he
guess
throw
it's
at
better
you?
because it was basketballs that one week, and that sucked.
he's
That was violent.
decided not to attack me. He might decide to attack the Displacer Beast because he would recognize them now.
That's actually a fair point. It's actually a really fair point, Mark. I am gonna roll for that.
Mark with the big brains.
Yeah, he fails. Seeing you is not really a threat anymore because initially you challenged him, he answered the challenge, and then in his mind you kind of just kowtowed because you were like, it's okay, but let's be friends. But now he sees a natural predator in his environment, and he will answer the call. And he will attempt to bite the Displacer Beast. The one that Oni hit still does not have its displacement effect up, so a normal attack roll.
Can we see health bars when you're done, too? Yeah, get him, Allosaurus! Can we call him Alan?
It's a she. I'm going to call her Allie.
Get her, Allie!
Sorry, I wonder if there's something about me moving them from the stealth layer to this, because I feel like I had already checked these boxes. Apologies.
No, it's no worries.
Well, apparently it is, because you're demanding things.
Novice, who are you?
Is that better?
It's like you've never DM'd.
There he is. Amon, if you are done dodging food, it is your turn.
Alright. I forgot to pull up Mike's thing. I'm gonna have Mike attack first. And he gets advantage with pack tactics. So I guess he would have not advantage or like normal, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So that first one does not hit then. So I will attack Kopesh. Oh, but it didn't show up.
Could be a delay. But at this point, probably click it again. Or it'll be like when mine delays, and then you just end up with 8 entries.
Come on, baby. Reopen
Mark
my
or
character
Matt,
sheet.
you guys see a thing? Is it me that's lagging now? Do you see a Kopesh?
I'm not seeing it,
from
so
Amon? Okay.
I do not see a Kopesh.
I'm just reopening my character sheet.
Sure. Yeah, no worries.
And it's still not working.
Oh, we didn't turn on combat music. I have a new one.
What the heck? Oh. There we go.
Nice. That does hit. 9 points of slashing. And his displacement effect is turned off until the end of his next turn.
So now I get a normal attack. And I will add Hunter's Mark as my bonus action.
It's exactly 2 degrees of retconny, but do you want to roll it a second time and we'll say that you bonus action before you made your first attack?
Sure.
Sweet, 6 more. It's a little bit of a cheaty operation orders thing, but it is Draco's turn.
Draco is so the blue one is knocked out, right?
Yep, the blue one is unconscious.
Okay. So I think that Draco would ignore the one that's unconscious and try and move around. Fire Guy can move him 15 feet, right?
He can with a teleport.
Would that be right there?
Seems fair.
Oh, crap. Is that where I clicked? Like that?
Looks good.
And does he have visibility on this guy?
He does, yeah.
Okay, I
They're
think he
quite
would.
large.
Okay, I think he would attack that guy, and he does Scorching Ray. Is that his normal?
Yeah, like if it's a relatively threatening target and he's not going to go huge resource expenses. But that is a first level spell, so I'm not sure if you're going to upcast it to a higher level, because I don't know what his first level spell slots look like anymore.
He only has one left. I was thinking he has that cantrip attack that he can do every round.
Yeah, maybe Fiery Bolt or something. I don't remember what it's called.
I thought you had something that gave him that's Magic Stone. Of course it is. And Flame Seed as well from Fire Guy. I don't know how to do that.
Open up, hit, like shift double click on the token for Fire Guy, and that should open up his character sheet.
Thank you.
Of course.
And Flame Seed. And I get an extra D6 as I hit, right?
I think he only grants that to Draco. I don't think it works the other way.
No, I meant
For the Magic
Draco
Stone.
hit with Magic Stone.
I think it's only when Draco does fire damage, Fire Guy does
Oh,
an
okay.
extra D8 of fire.
Okay.
I think in
That's
this
fine.
example, you found the way to do the least amount of damage. All right. Renan's turn.
No, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Help, harm, or heal.
How about harm
Harm.
the one by Amon,
Harm.
since that's the one that's been successfully attacking people?
Yeah,
That's
harm for
obviously
sure.
the best one.
Eldritch Blast.
Boom.
8 points of force damage. You're meleeing it, right, Amon? So me forcing it away from you isn't helpful.
But he could moonbow if it's not right there.
I am in melee currently, yes,
Okay.
but I can moonbow.
It's one of
If
those
you
like
wanna
I
get it off
can
my
move
back.
it 2 squares, but it'll go before you do anyway. So odds are it's going to come right back and try to eat your face.
Knock
It
it
is
back.
now Ren's
Make him
turn.
work for it.
All right.
Maybe he will find Sari to be a big threat too. We don't know.
8 damage versus 34 damage.
I mean, sure, we know, but just in case.
Maybe it really, really hates getting pushed away.
Yeah, my one pet peeve is forced movement, you son of a bitch. Renan, it is your turn.
Did I ever get my delayed action?
It never attacked Hoppy, so no.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. I'm going to shoot green. I'm going to try to shoot green.
Going to be a disadvantage because you're firing up a 20-foot embankment.
Okay, then I'm going to shoot red.
Seems fair.
And I'm not going to move. I'm going to do all my things.
No displacement, so you will have advantage.
Thank you. Sorry, it's loud over here. Okay, well, fuck you. Roll.
Between an 11 and 12, neither will hit, unfortunately. The shot goes
Damn,
wide.
that damage would have been so good though.
I'm sorry.
Crazy
Crap.
fucking damage. Holy shit.
I'm having my bad rolly day. Ugh. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Everybody's having a bad
That's
rolling
almost
day.
perfect damage. God
I
damn, look
know,
at
isn't that incredible?
that.
Like, when Renan hits, she fucking packs a punch,
Yeah,
dude.
she
She's
does.
like Katniss Everdeen. Don't fuck with her.
She's so good.
Okay,
Alright.
well, that sucks. I'm sad.
It's your turn.
I will rage because now I'm upset that I don't get a zebra, and I'm gonna.
Bring back Zebra!
I wanted zebra. And 2-point blade with the single boggle. And actually, I don't need to get that close. I'm going to stay back here and do the work blade with the single boggle. That shouldn't have been a disadvantage, right?
No, its displacement effect doesn't turn back on until its turn.
18.
18 hits.
Okay. And actually, I'm gonna go. Reckless. So there we go.
Was the first one not reckless?
I had it at disadvantage because of the every other roll that we were doing was at disadvantage. So it wouldn't make a difference. Right? If the yeah, the first one should have been an advantage. I'm sorry. Yes. I would have been reckless.
Okay. And then the second one hits for 27, and it goes to 2 hit points. It's a sad number.
I got nothing else. So I moved. I did my bonus action. Allosaurus, have a snack.
Oh, yes. Oni, do you want to leave it for Allie, or do you want to be a
Kill stealing
fucktard?
Well, I don't want Allie to turn and fight Hoppy, and since she's already in combat, although if it has the ability to turn on its blinking ability, I think I just gotta do it. Sorry, Allie.
We'll leave a snack for Allie.
Yeah.
Hit and dead.
Okay. And then hit. Oh!
There it is.
And then I'm gonna do another one, but tell me what my thing is first.
It should have been an advantage because it's
advantage. It's unconscious and on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can roll it again, but I just don't know why.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily do it this time, but your third attack would be at advantage.
Got it.
And it might be a good idea to do your second win because those will also be at advantage. If you want to, kill it in one round.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All right. So a couple things that I'd like to talk through quickly. It doesn't come up a lot in the game, and I don't want you to feel cheated.
Okay.
So I think the first attack you rolled was a critical. Oh no, yeah, the first attack you rolled on him was naturally a critical hit.
Yes.
Whenever you attack an unconscious creature, the attack roll is automatically a critical hit. And he'll wake up after you hit him. That's the clause of the fail that he made, is that he stays unconscious until he takes any damage.
I see.
I don't think it's cheating in a huge way, but what I'd like to do is say that like the 27 is what hit him first. So you would just roll crit damage for that, and then the 32 happens. It's putting them out of order, but it doesn't seem fair that your critical happened when you were already going to be guaranteed a crit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it had happened any other time, you'd be seeing 2 crits this turn instead of 1, and I feel like 2 crits is more exciting than 1 crit. So
okay.
If you're okay with them going in the other order, so for the 27 attack, I need you to roll another d8.
Would she even roll to attack for the?
Technically, yes, the attack roll has advantage. It's just if it hits, it's a critical. You roll critical damage. So he takes 18 from the first critical attack.
Then he wakes up.
He wakes up. Then you
I
crit
get my
him with a
critical.
32
And
for
then what does 27 do?
18 again. 27 says you recognize patterns in your opponent's fighting technique. You gain a +2 bonus to your armor class. Against that target, you have advantage on all saving throws from anything originating from that target until the end of your next turn.
Alright.
And then you have a third attack, I believe.
No, because you had.
Oh, you're right.
The
You're right.
Blade. So
But
the only thing is the silvered blade has a higher plus attack, but it looks like the damage is the same. So, but it doesn't matter.
The damage is
You
the same.
counted it as a crit, so.
Right. It should have been
it
gold,
should have
silver,
been-
gold, but the damage is the same. So.
Right.
You should roll one more crit.
Oh, do the
D100, yeah.
No, I got a 27.
But he's the first attack.
Right.
was
He just takes
crit.
crit
Oh, I
damage.
see.
It's not a critical
Oh.
hit.
Oh, got it.
And I don't like that that's the way the rule works, but it's attacks have advantage, and if an attack hits, they automatically deal critical damage.
And since it's not a guaranteed critical and I don't get advantage, I'm not going to waste
Got it.
second
Got it.
or I already used action surge last time, so I don't have
Action surge.
Action surge. That is the end of my turn.
Remember, like in 3rd and 3.5, it was just called a coup de grace, where if you had an unconscious, helpless attacker, you just auto crit. Displacer Beast's turn. Displacer effects turn back on. This one will move 2 squares as predicted, shrugging about how it hates cardio. Going back to Amon for 2 tentacle attacks. Reliably, this dude is old faithful. 12 points of damage, 7 bludgeoning, 5 piercing to Amon. The one that's fighting Oni steps up and attempts to tentacle her as well. The 21 I think
matches.
hits. 10 points.
Alright.
On Allie's turn, she sort of looks around since there's no immediate threat to her. She just grabs the Displacer Beast by the jugular and begins dragging it off into
Nice.
the
Bye,
underbrush.
Allie.
Hi, Allie.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup.
It is Amon's turn.
Right.
Him and Mike. Gonna rock out with
Mike Hawk.
No big.
Oh, so yeah, again, it's not advantage. Dang it. So that does nothing again. Disadvantage.
and then Kopesh.
No.
That still hits even through, which means the second attack will be normal.
And
Master.
Smashed it.
Down.
Good hit for 7 plus Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
9 total. And I'm assuming you're gonna stay where you're at.
Yeah, I don't really want to risk the opportunity attack.
Draco.
So, after reading through all of his spells, apparently Produce Flame is his flamey base attack. So he's going to move 15 feet close. Actually, you know what? No, he's going to stay right here and start attacking blue, since that's the bigger threat to him right now. Produce Flame. And he gets a.
He critically hit with it. Amazing.
He gets an extra D8 for.
He does. Yep. That kills this Displacer Beast. And on the table it says. This is a deal that I've made with Draco once before, and I think it's fair. I'm going to offer you the same thing. What you did is roll one of the highest criticals that says roll 2 additional damage dice above and beyond the normal one. That spell just generated so much extra, surging power that it would normally obliterate its target. But because he was already dead to the base damage of your spell, what I've done in the past is let Draco just regain a level 1 spell slot, to sort of him reabsorbing some of that surging power that came from that spell cast. If that seems fair to you, go ahead and regain a level 1 spell slot, or I'm open to suggestion.
No, that sounds good to me. He also has this new thing, Cauterizing Flame. When here, I'll put it in chat so you can see it. so I can turn it into a little Healy cloud for Draco, or for
Amon.
Amon. 2d10
Good.
plus my wisdom. Can I just roll it, or do we need to go through putting up a...
No, I'm fine with you saying like you make the cloud adjacent to him and it just heals him now.
Okay.
So 2d10 plus 5, I have to imagine.
Yeah. 11.
11 hit
for-
points.
Take it.
We can do that 4 times.
I imagine it looks sort of like the fiery sort of spectral soul of the displacer beast rises up, and like a kitty cat just sort of like walks around you looking for pets, and as you touch it you draw its fire into you and it cauterizes some of your open wounds, stopping the bleeding and restoring some health. It is Sari's turn. Help, harm, or heal.
Harm.
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 Harm Draco.
Maybe.
That's an option.
I will shoot the remaining displacer
Her
beast.
choice.
Eldritch Blast. Seven points. And it is now Hoppy's turn. No, Renan's turn, excuse me. I'm jumped over her. Renan first at the top of the order.
And if
We've
I
got-
shoot that thing, is it at disadvantage because it's up the bank?
No, that one's down at your level now.
Sweet. Let's try this again. There we go.
That is a hit for 27 damage, which is exactly what you needed to kill it. That is exactly 0.
I put my bow back and I shoot it, aiming exactly for one of its what I assume to be ears, and it just goes straight through from one end to the other. That's how I kill it.
That's beautiful. Because there was no resistance, you have to assume it was a lady displacer beast.
Rude, rude, rude.
Nothing between the ears.
She loved it.
Displacer beasts vanquished. Allie is still dragging, like, you can see the tail and one tentacle in the underbrush sort of being savaged as Allie tears it apart for meats. He seems happy. Displacer beast threat has been eliminated. I assume you guys are moving on to bigger and better.
As I catch up to Hoppy, I'm just gonna pat him on the
Yeah.
arm and say, "Sorry about your zebra, bud. We'll find another one."
Thanks, guys. Really wanted a zebra.
I don't like Mopey Hoppy, but I think it's one of my favorite moments where I didn't get to keep a pet.
And I didn't get an Allosaurus either.
Right,
This
like, in
is
his mind, it
Hoppy's
was
worst day.
This is the worst day ever.
a totally reasonable expectation for today was that I was going to make 2 new animal friends, one of which is a 2-story carnivorous lizard, and the other one is a zebra. All right, getting back on track. You guys continue to wander through.
Through all that, I took no damage.
I am so sorry.
Amazing.
Through the jungle. You are sort of at a fork in the road, if you will. There are the natural foliage has given way to what appears to be kind of a natural path, right? This is the first time you've seen signs that something. Maybe it's just a naturally occurring game trail. Maybe it's a foot-worn path that people have walked. Maybe it's just a weird way the foliage has grown here. But there seems to sort of be a road, basically, that you're bisecting here. So from your perspective, there's a road that kind of leads a path to the left and a path to the right. So you're kind of just coming 90 degrees into an existing path. To your right, the foliage seems too thin, follows the natural path of the river in terms of directionality, and appears to be lighter in color. The path to the other direction, opposite of that, seems to take you deeper into the darker parts of the jungle. and is moving against the flow of the river and has just a dark foreboding quality to it.
Since Mike was whipped out right now, I want to have him just kind of scout ahead a little bit and see if we can get a better idea of what is in store for us down each path.
I know we have this conversation several times, and I'm such a bad DM that I can't remember. With the summoned beast, do you speak to it? Like, do you guys have a telepathic connection, or does it do recon and then does it have to come back to you and you have to speak with animal? I don't remember.
I think I do have to speak to it. I don't think I have a telepathic connection.
Yeah, I wanted to say that was more like find familiar in my mind, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah. I think Draco and I had worked together previously. Like I had summoned it and he spoke to it or something
that
like
sounds
that.
right. Yeah.
Guys, I have a new skill. I could ask. I have basically the skill augury. I could ask whether which direction. So I need to phrase it as a in the form of like, should we go left or? Well, we can figure it out, but I do have that skill if we want to use it. If we want to determine which way it's going to be better.
I also have the captain's compass. We can do wheel or woe, which it's usually a combination of both. But that's an easy thing to do without spell slots or anything like that.
So you can ask one direction, then I'll ask the other, and we'll take the one that is the less woe-y. Or maybe we like woe.
Yeah, so I'll pull out my compass and say if we go to the right, will we have wheel or woe?
I don't remember how I described it, but I want to make sure in my mind, right side is following the path of the water.
The darker,
dark,
more foreboding path.
If you ask it wheel or woe heading into the dark heart of the jungle, it gives you a definitive response that's not wishy-washy and just says woe.
Okay.
Do we want to ask about the other direction too, or are we just gonna?
Yeah,
all of them are woe. It's just the jungle a gift card.
Cool.
Do you want me to ask, or are we just gonna go that way?
I think we just need to pick a direction. I don't know that.
And both of them head
we're gonna get
toward
much.
the pyramid.
Neither of them head directly towards the pyramid. If you were going to ignore the road and head on if you could fly in a perfectly straight line, neither of these roads head in a perfectly straight line towards the pyramid at its center, towards the temple. If you had to pick one that was more direct based on its curvature, the left path towards the slightly less dense, brighter portion of the jungle seems to be closer in terms of path to the pyramid, but
well, since the
they're
pyramid's
both
where
like
we want to
45-degree
go,
tangent.
I would think that that's the way we want to go, right?
Left.
So we don't go the dark foreboding path that is guaranteed woe.
Man, you guys just hate adventure.
I like it.
Assuming the path of wheel, then?
Well, we don't know that it's the path of wheel, but we assume it's the path of not
Less
definite
woe.
Less woe, and it does seem to be a more direct route to where we need to go. So ultimately,
And still you go?
and still we go.
All right. You guys walk for about 30 minutes.
Okay, I yelled that out loud. I didn't realize I was muted. Still we go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Walk for about 30 minutes or so. It's now about 5 o'clock, almost 5:30. which should be plenty of afternoon, but here in the jungle, like it's starting to look a little bit like sunset because of the dense canopy of trees that surround this area. Um, Amon, you're the first to see it. The river starts to pool here, and built around this collective pool of relatively still water, a small village has been erected, and you can hear the sights and sounds of people performing, everyday duties, fishing and cooking. You can smell meals on a fire. There are children playing, and at your approach, they're not immediately startled by you, but they do kind of like point, and a few of them run home to tell their parents. But you've stumbled upon a small refuge here. Any care of
Did
the
we
appearance as you approach?
did we all just kind of come out into a clearing,
Yeah,
and we're
the
just
path
all
that you're on
visible?
just takes you right into this refuge, this small hovel of a town built right into the middle of the jungle. There's
Okay.
an old man in white robes hobbling along a crooked bamboo staff, who the children all like sort of hide behind, but he seems the person who's out to greet you. Your situation looks a bit like this.
Ah, Gandalf.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm
he
gonna
is
go. I'm gonna go to Oni and say, Oni, why don't you talk? We all know how I am with strangers.
Okay.
old men like Oni.
I'm going to walk up to him and say, uh, "Hello, Elder. How fare you today?"
What up, Unc?
He gently like hobbles down the three creaky wooden steps that take him sort of on that wharf, or up that off the wharf onto the path where you guys are standing. Imagine you're entering this scene sort of from upper right hand corner of the map. So he's coming up that wooden staircase. He tells you that you'd best not be looking for trouble here.
No trouble. We are simply seeking passage through to the Oasis, and you are the first people that we've encountered here.
Oh, you're not from here. Well,
No, sir.
insomuch as those of us who are trapped here are from here. No one started here, I suppose. I've lost my train of thought.
Trapped here? How did you come to be trapped here?
Well, I wandered in one day and found it was impossible for me to find my way out again. This jungle is labyrinthine, and I don't know if you've heard this, but it changes locations periodically.
We have heard that, yes.
Well, each shift reorganizes the entirety of the jungle.
And why have you chosen to settle here and not at the pyramid, which we saw from our airship before venturing into the jungle?
There are many ways to survive here, if that's your plan. Each has their pros and cons. Let's say I prefer life here on the outskirts more than I do living amongst them.
Is there anyone who might be able to show us how to get there so that we can meet them? We have some business at the pyramid, and then we'll be on our way.
He laughs, like audibly, like guffaw laughs. Oh, you're you're serious. You have business, do you? Dealings with them, and then you're going to take your leave of this place, will you? Interesting. Once long ago, I too had business at the pyramid and planned to leave.
What
And
was
I
your
see
business at the pyramid?
your plans have changed. Were you able to accomplish the business that you set out to do?
He's got the sarcastic wit of a much younger man who tells you, "Oh, absolutely, I've accomplished my mission, and heaps of gold and praise have been just thrust upon me. I sit here, a wizened elder man, clothed in the trappings of great wealth, as you can clearly see."
Wealth looks different to different people.
He says, "This jungle will take your optimism soon enough." Right, that's all it takes.
Nothing takes my optimism. I was going to get an Allosaurus.
He does introduce himself finally at this point. His name is Cyril. He is the refuge's elder.
Cyril. Figus.
Figus.
Cyril.
Figus.
I love huge cocks, and my name is Cyril Figus.
All right, Cyril. My name is Oni, and these are my companions, my family. We make up Alea's flame. I asked you before, is there anyone in this village who might be able to assist us with directions to the pyramid?
He tells you that you would probably want to speak to one of the traders in town named Nato. He is of them, but tends to keep to himself. You could also try speaking with Jala. She's the closest thing we have to an apothecary. You are, of course, welcome in the refuge, as all are, as long as you obey our simple rules of camaraderie and brotherhood. No violence against one another. We must all work towards a common good. In this case, it's survival.
Thank you. Might you be willing to make introductions for us? I would be happy to provide you with rations or other supplies from our stores that you might find helpful.
What was that guy's name? Sorry.
Cyril.
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 Write that name down, John, please.
Cyril, what's the apothecary's name?
The apothecary lady's name?
Can you see them now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jala is the apothecary, and Nato is the junk trader, the merchant you were told to seek out, who has knowledge of the pyramid.
Who's a fish man?
Maybe that's not how you make the
Sir.
introduction. Oh, you're a fish man.
He looks like that's the sound he makes.
Can we ask if they want to leave?
Sure. Is there anyone in this village who you think might like to join us on our journey? In the event that we are able to accomplish our business and then leave this jungle.
He tells you that there are still some young hopefuls who would be happy to try to leave the Oasis were that possible, but none here will join you in your travel to the temple. We have all forsaken the pyramid for various and valid reasons. None will return there.
Well,
What reasons?
Are you speaking, Huppy, or is that just
Yes.
the interrogative for the party?
Yes, I am speaking.
He looks at you and tries to pat your shoulder, but can only hit your upper bicep. Young man, you of all people should know that society exacts a toll. Sometimes the price of society is simply too great to pay. You
So,
don't belong everywhere,
monsters?
do you?
let me tell you about Draco's Grotto.
I mean, you can't help but notice there are sort of parallels. That's sort of what he has built with the refuge here, is a place for all the people who don't belong within their society live here now.
Draco
So is
immediately
this
starts
Cyril's grotto?
poking around trying to see what great ideas we need to steal from here and take elsewhere.
He does tell you that Jala is also sort of the de facto mother and caretaker of the refuge, that she can set you up with accommodations for the evening, but he recommends that since the sun is so low, you travel no more tonight. Traveling at night in this place is ill-advised, he says, chuckling to himself as he turns to walk you down onto the ramps leading to Nato's shop. If you are willing to follow him, he'll take you to Nato. He makes the introductions, but before you even begin speaking to the merchant, tells you he has other business that needs attending to. That any of the young children here will be able to locate him if you have any questions or concerns for him. Otherwise, when you're done talking to Nato, seek out Jala for accommodations. And if you have any, coin or items for trade, consider investing in their small community. Support local.
Buy some small, sing small.
Let's do it.
Walking into Nato's shop, there's dozens of homemade fishing nets, and crab pots and various kinds of trappings all over the walls and ceiling. He has a small display case of remarkably well polished and carefully maintained goods, with a sign that says collections spelled with a K and an SH. He just eyeballs you slowly as you walk into the shop and sort of take all of it in, but he's not the first person to make a sound. Seems to be sizing you up or waiting for you to make introductions. If
Sure
enough
enough,
time
you do.
goes by where nobody says anything, he tells you that there's no charge for looking, although perhaps there should be.
What type of trader are you?
He tells you, I'm the kind that finds things people have lost, collect them, polish them up, put them for sale in my collections bin over here. Here, take a look. He motions to the display case where the collections with a K and an SH are displayed. These are all items he's found in and around the river and lakes around that feeds into this area here. And
It's
he's got.
super pixelated for me.
Give it a second to load.
Ooh, impact plate. And an arcane chain. That javelin of lightning is pretty awesome.
There's a small human child that, while you guys are looking at this, is taking the price tags basically off of these things, replacing them with new price tags
That are higher.
that are higher. Yeah.
What a turkey! I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and say, please wait until we're done shopping.
It says the free market adjusts or something.
We'd like to see the locals price, please.
The prices listed are his fair price in gold, although he is also always interested in trading. But tells you it's been a while since he's had any fresh blood in the store. He's very curious to hear your tale of woe of how you've become stranded here.
Oh, we aren't stranded. We're simply passing through.
Oh my god. So you don't even know how much danger and trouble you're in. Excellent. You'll need several of these items for my collection.
Boy, we could tell you stories. Tell us more about
I
these items.
I have one question for him. Would that antique coin look good on my Flava Flav medallion?
He tells you absolutely, and it would pair beautifully with the eyeing of evasion, the ring of evasion.
Well, I got the Flava Flav medallion and the little scarab around my neck already. So.
Oh, it's not a little scarab head. It's a big scarab.
No, it reduced in size. I think you said it's like that.
I remember it being like the size of a hubcap.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but it like crystallized. Oh, is the size of a hubcap?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, but so is Hoppy, though. 8-foot tall guy that's almost as wide. It is just a medallion to him. Oni and Draco, when Hoppy, picks up the coin and asks about it, I'd like both of you to make a perception roll.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. We'll give it to you with an 18 because I can't imagine Draco's going to do much better.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was focused on something.
The coin is immediately of interest to both of you. It's old, exceedingly well patinaed, but both of you instantly recognize the iconography on it.
Of a Genasi coin.
It is an ancient Genasi coin. It is written in your primordial language.
I will definitely be having that then.
It's exceedingly rare, and it depicts a triune. Much like there are natural intersections in your world where two elements meet and create a font of power, an intersection of ley lines. You've seen that before at the Well of Fates, and I think one other place where two natural elements intersect is a place of extreme power. It's also like spiritually significant to the Genasi. There are rumored sacred places of worship called triunes where all but one element converge, and this is the triune representing the three elements that do not include air. But both this language and the reference to triunes themselves are thousands of years old in your culture. This would be like, this is like finding, a piece of the legitimate Shroud of Torah. It's like, this guy just has a chunk of the actual first Bible in his store.
I have
And
just taken 50 gold out of my inventory and added it to my stuff.
Hoppy's
it
kind
is
of
an
upset
unusual
that
find.
you're pulling his shit. I wanted that,
I'm just gonna
but I
try
only
to.
have 9 gold.
I'm just gonna
Can I
try
have
to
9? Can I buy 50 gold?
explain to him its significance to my people, and I think that he would understand after
It
I've
would be
secured the purchase.
significant to
It's not big enough for your bling.
Oni, once you've explained it to Hoppy and pocketed this sacred relic, um, the owner of the store, Nato, winks at him and says, "Not to worry, my big friend," and pulls out a second, almost identical coin, and offers it to Hoppy, telling him that he has several more just like this. But because there's an obvious demand here, maybe we can get 75 for this one.
I only have 9 gold. Will you take 9 gold?
You could throw something in for trade.
I have a great sword. I will sell my great sword to you.
I don't care how good it is.
It's pretty amazing.
Which one are you offering him?
Just a basic great sword.
He'll take the great sword and 9 gold for this coin.
Okay. I think I still have one of the kukri and that's it. And some javelins. So
Do you also
and
want to
a
buy
handouts.
one of the coins for Draco?
Would you Draco like one? I'm gonna see how I can affix it to my
If it's got
flavor flavoring.
significance to the Genasi people, he'll probably want one.
Is there another one for sale? Says Draco.
Yes, there is a third coin. He'd be willing to part with it for 60 gold.
I'm sure Draco has that.
Yeah.
Working
Hoppy
off
is
the sheet.
broke. I did.
Then he also acquires the coin, or a coin.
What are we calling these coins?
I called it a Genasi antique coin.
Yeah, that's fair. Triune coin.
Triune coin. And are these all exactly the same?
They are all exactly the same. They depict the same triune. They are all similarly aged. They look like, wherever they came from, these were all probably in the same pile or same collection somewhere.
I'm sure that either Renan or Amon are going to want to know about the bracers of archery. I'd love to know about the impact plate
Yeah.
and the earthen plate.
The
Impact play.
chain.
I was waiting my turn. I would like to know.
I
about
was
the
too.
bracers.
Yeah. I want to ask, just meander up to the guy and say, "You have some beautiful pieces here. Do you craft your own jewelry for sale?
He shamefully looks down and says no. You can see that he glanced at his hands, and if you look at them, he's missing fingers.
Hmm.
He sort of like shuffles with his head down and tells you he's a collector these days. I collect and I polish.
Have you ever seen anything like this? And I just pull a single shard of the purple crystal out and show it to him.
He shakes his head no. Doesn't say anything, but just nope.
Have you? So this is as rare here as it is in the rest of the world.
Says you, he says, as a miserly old merchant.
All I know is I've traveled halfway across the world and back, and I've never seen anything like this. And no one seems to be able to tell me what it's worth or where else it can be found. It seems like it is exceedingly rare, and I only have a few pieces. Would you be willing to trade?
I'm always interested in acquiring new things. How rare could it possibly be if you have several pieces?
I came across a good portion and have not seen it before or since. But since I have no use for it in its beauty, I would be happy to trade for something that would serve me better.
He tells you that there are women in the village who are interested in serving a man like you. Perhaps you could trade it with one of them. I'm not your guy.
Can't give this stuff away.
He goes, a lot of your friends seem to enjoy these coins I found. Maybe you want one of them?
Again, I have no interest in things to look at.
Question: does he seem more interested in like basic stuff? Like, should we offer to sell like our rope and stuff like that to him? You know, maybe as a barely hanging on society, they don't really care about the weapons and stuff.
His room is covered in ropes and nets that he's been able to make or find and repurpose.
How about
Probably not.
rations?
Rations are maybe a good thing. You could
I
ask
have
him.
some blasted desert sausage.
Don't oversell it.
I have a backpack filled with 12 rations.
Let's
Just
see
saying.
what kind of price we can get for rations.
Well, let's just start with one.
Yeah.
He smells the ration that you're offering him, takes in a deep breath, and coughs a couple of times and seems to have a really hard time catching his breath. He fumbles around the counter for an item. It's like a necklace with 2 bulbs of water, and he has to put that on his neck for a few minutes. And the bulbs happen to match up with gill slits around his neck, and he breathes in a couple of deep times, bubbling the water in these 2 little bulbs around the necklace that he's wearing now. Catches his breath, takes it off, and is able to set it back down on the counter and tells you that smells amazing. Where did you get it?
From the outside.
Where did we get the backpack filled with 12 rations, guys?
Our rations? Yeah, we just acquired them in our travels.
No, I feel like we took them off of the dead, rotten people that got dewormed.
Yeah.
Right?
The dewormers.
Isn't that where we got them?
I don't remember.
He tells you, it doesn't matter to me. I gotta tell you, after 14 days of mudfish, that's the most delectable thing I've smelled.
Well, it's 50 gold for one.
He says that he would give you the equivalent of 10 gold for one, but anything more than that would be absurd. It would be absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, so 20 gold?
For 2?
Nope. Okay, I'll take this delicious food elsewhere.
There's mudfish in abundance, and it's free.
Okay, enjoy.
Are you gonna look at some of the?
Real quick, is Draco able to heal this guy's hand?
Good question.
Does Draco have regenerate?
He's got reincarnate. That's kind of like that. Sorry.
We're gonna kill you. But then I
And then
swear.
steal all your stuff. I don't even know what level it would be. Do you?
I don't. I think it's 5 or 6.
Okay. So, reincarnate is 5. Master wounds. I don't see it.
Oh, sorry. No, it's a 7th level spell. He does not have it.
Okay.
I thought it was maybe 6.
Oh, you know what? We have the ring of regeneration, which could regrow it. But we'd have to leave it with him for a period of time.
If he gives us everything in his inventory that's on this shop list, he can wear the ring until we depart tomorrow.
I think it takes a week to regrow.
It's at least 1d4 days.
Damn it.
Then
He'll have to come with us.
This is his entire livelihood. He couldn't possibly just give it all away, even though he does miss his fingers.
Would he? Wouldn't he be able to do his original work if he had his fingers back?
Starting here from with nothing, in nothing, my life is just fine the way it is. Thank you.
He can come with us, and he can take whatever he wants.
Oh, on your death march to the pyramid? No thanks.
How about on the way back? Would you enjoy moving to Draco's Grotto? I hear there's a pool.
You survive the pyramid and you make it all the way back here, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, I will throw in free if you come in and be our general store. We will throw in your regeneration.
Yeah, you got it, pal. You come see me after the pyramid. We'll talk about all the stuff there is to talk about.
Okay. I'm done talking to him. I need to take a bio break. You guys can finish up.
Oh, I guess we haven't taken a break yet today. Is now a good time for a quick couple of minutes for everybody?
Sure.
Individual break. I still want to know about this impact plate and earthen plate. But we could take a break first.
Let's take like 2 or 3 minutes really quick and we'll come back and talk about all the items in the store. And what this person is, because surprisingly, you're talking to a humanoid fish person, and that doesn't seem to be exciting to anyone.
Akbar, and I've been
That's
doing
our trap.
all the voices in Akbar voice. It's been great.
We can't repel firepower of that magnitude. you're not here, say so. Wait, we got everybody.
All right. Loot me.
No, I don't like you like that. Give me 1 second to look up that question that you had.
And I'm back.
We're just about to go over the rest of the items in the store.
Can't wait to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
From this dude who doesn't know a good deal when he sees it.
Has no interest in special purple gemstones.
All right, do we have everybody back?
I'm here. You said to speak if I wasn't here.
Perfect. All right. I guess it doesn't matter. Should I go through every item, or do you guys just shout out what you're interested in?
Draco may be interested in the arcane chain.
Arcane Chain is a magically enchanted suit of chainmail armor that guarantees the wielder proficiency in that type of armor, even if they don't, and grants a +1 bonus to AC magically. It is essentially armor class 14 plus dexterity to a maximum of +2, plus the +1 bonus because it's magical. So 15 plus dex would be the new armor calculation.
Is that something that you would be interested in?
I know that he has historically had no armor on.
This would make him harder to hit for those little swarm things.
Yeah, I think right now he has studded leather armor on. So I don't want to make that decision for him, but is it something that he may want to consider if we retcon that in case he does make that decision?
I do remember him saying at some point he wanted to look at upgrading his armor, but I don't know how important or serious that comment was. Like, you acknowledge a weakness and be like, yeah, I should take care of that, but I don't know.
Got it. I'm not going to force it, so I got what I want.
Megan, you had questions about the 2 suits of plate mail.
Mm-hmm.
Earthen Plate is a +1 suit of plate mail armor. It also bestows the wielder some effects that are reminiscent of your Earthen Genasi heritage, that so long as you are in contact with the earth, you cannot be forcibly moved.
Yeah, I think I want that. And that will make my AC 20 instead of 19.
I'd have to confirm that, but that sounds right. Yeah, because plate mail by itself is 18. It being +1 is a 19, and if you have the +1 from fighting style, do you have the magic amulet or ring too? It might actually be 21.
I have the amulet of protection.
Yeah, if you have amulet of protection plus fighting style,
And
the
the
fighting
glamour
defense.
breastplate.
Well, this would be instead of the grammar breastplate. You'd have to take that off and put this on. would make your AC 21.
Let's do it. I have the 900 gold, so I'm taking it out of my gold.
Do you want to check what the impact plate is first?
Oh, I may have asked what some of these were while we were on our break.
Oh,
The impact plate is also awesome, but I feel like for flavor, Oni would prefer the earthen plate. But you need to hear what the impact plate is because you might want this.
The impact plate is also a magical suit of full plate armor, conferring no magical bonus. It does treat all falling damage as 100 feet less than it is, and gives you resistance to all bludgeoning damage.
Hoppy's brain does that already, so.
Mm-hmm. I just ignore it. It only hurts if you let it.
Exactly.
What do the bracers of archery do?
Bracers of archery confer a +2 bonus to damage whilst using ranged attacks. Specifically ranged weapon
You?
attacks.
That's what I do.
That is what you do. It's also what Renan does.
I typically do more damage than you, though.
Right. That's what I mean.
Humble
Do
brag.
you have 500 gold?
Do you have 500 gold?
I have 478 personal gold. How many do you have?
106 or something like that.
Did you spend the 1,000?
138.
We each got 1,000 from that last.
Oh, then I didn't put that in my inventory.
Did I get 1,000 and nobody put that in my inventory?
You should have. Everybody got 1,000 gold apiece from the gold reserves.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Then I would
So-
add 1,000, because unless you bought stuff specifically from the vendor that we saw in the middle of the desert,
Yeah.
then you haven't spent any of that money.
Which
You should have
reason?
1,000 gold.
I'm gonna ask the guy if he has two sets of these, or if he has more than one set of these bracers of archery.
He sadly no. This is just these are mostly one of a kind items except for the coins, which he knows where to find more.
All yours, Draco. Nope, come on. All yours.
All right, I'll take them.
Bracers of archery, good.
I don't know if I need to do anything else with my earthen plate set to equip it, but I increased my armor class to 20. I took off the glamour breastplate, so it's now just a floating item if someone else wants to use it. Because I have to be attuned, right? And I can't wear both anyway.
Renan might benefit from.
Can you wear the glamored breastplate? Is that something she can use?
I don't know if she has medium armor proficiency, which would be the hitch in the giddy.
Yeah, I only have light armor proficiency.
Okay.
But we could keep it
Where do I
himself,
see
or we
that?
could sell it to him.
Ooh, I have medium armor.
Oh, perfect. Then do you want it for the +1 and you can make it look like whatever you want once a day?
I would love that.
All right, I'm going to copy and paste what I had in my thing into Discord so that you can add it to your character sheet. There you go.
Meg, did you drag from the journal +1 full plate?
No. I can't drag stuff because I play with the pop out for the stream. And I can't drag stuff into the pop out window. It doesn't transfer.
Okay. Is that something you want me to do, or did you already
Yes, please.
break something?
No, all I physically updated my armor class, so I'll change that back. All I did was add it to my equipment.
Sure, I'm just saying it should be 21, shouldn't it?
I don't know. I trust you to make it right.
Come on, did you have any interesting armor that Draco might be interested in?
I just had like what's it called? Just like medium. Where is it? It's nothing interesting.
Does any
or special?
Is anyone interested
Studded leather armor
in the javelin or the ring of evasion or the boots of speed? We haven't talked about those yet.
I was going to ask about the ring of evasion.
Give me 1 second to pull it up. I gotta finish. I don't know why this isn't working. Meg, check your sheet.
It says 21 for the AC now.
Cool.
Oh, but it gives me a red warning that says warning AC is not incorrect. Unequip extra armor or shield from item.
Oh, I
Details.
fix that.
Oh, I need to unequip the breastplate. So sorry. I got
Yeah.
it. I got it.
We good there?
Yep. All good. Thanks.
Sorry, to answer your question, the Ring of Evasion is a rare magical item that requires attunement. It has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. When you fail a dexterity saving throw whilst wearing the ring, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge to automatically succeed on that saving throw instead.
That's not for me. So somebody that has ridiculously bad dexterity, this might be for you.
What's Draco's?
Draco's good.
Okay.
Actually, Draco isn't good, but I don't know how many things he has, and so
Oops.
That's cool. Hey, 5 extra damage points.
No, it's
Yeah, you'd get. I mean, I'm just saying.
it's +2.
Oh,
I added my strength by accident.
Did you try just dragging Bracers of Archery from the journal?
Nope, I didn't know it was a thing in the journal.
Yeah, this is one I didn't make up. So if we drag
Okay.
it from the journal to your character sheet, it might give you one of those auto check boxes. I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
um,
To figure out how to delete this. There we go.
okay, Caleb, stop talking. So where is the ring of? I mean, sorry. So can Draco use it? Does he have low dex?
he has average dex, but he's always failing them. So it would be. But I don't want to make a decision for him unless it's to kill.
I definitely feel like he needs the arcane chain just because he's so easy to hit. But if we don't want to spend any of his money, if we spend the night here and the next session starts here, he can always come back to this vendor before we leave the village. We would just have to make a conscious effort not to leave the village before he has a chance to.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if we could retcon him into making a decision while we're here.
I think between RPing what this guy knows and visiting Jala, I imagine we run out the clock between now and noon, so I don't think it'll be a problem.
Okay, I'm good. Let's leave it for him to make that decision because there's a world in which he wants the Ring of Evasion. There's another one where he wants the Arcane Chain. I was gonna suggest he have the Glimmer armor,
Glamour armor.
but
Good reminder.
Okay, I don't know how that H got on there.
I like it. Arcane chain.
you press the H button.
On
Yeah.
accident. I was typing with 1 finger, so that's really embarrassing.
We can call it the Archain.
The Archain from now on.
The Archain, it is written. Boots of Speed, double your speed for a bonus action. The Javelin of Lightning is an upgraded version of the core rulebook one. Just a magical staff until once per day you throw it, it becomes a bolt of lightning doing 8d6 of lightning damage. And I think we've covered everything else. If we are done with shopping,
I'm having.
is still available for questions.
Sorry, I'm having an error come up when I try to find the bracers in the
See
compendium.
what I can do.
You'll also want to set him up with the breastplate glamour.
Yeah,
Since he's
I'm trying to
mad.
figure out how to do that too.
We need to have an in-person session semi-soon so that we can go over this shit in person. So you can show us, John, what we're doing wrong.
Actually, I need to send you all a message in Discord because we were talking about that for something like late July, early August to do an in-person session for one of the big like
Nice.
Yeah,
campaign
we just have to
moments.
have enough time to get my sister to come watch the boys for us.
Okay. I'll float a couple of different dates and we'll pick the one that works for everybody.
Great. Thank
Nice.
you.
Yeah.
Meg, about the armor real quick. That
Uh-huh.
only changes what the armor looks like, right? It's not like disguise self.
No, it'll only make the armor as a bonus action. You can make it look like whatever you want, but it'll only change your appearance in the area that the armor exists.
That it covers.
Yep.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
what I
not
thought.
like you can cover your
Cool.
whole self.
Right. I can't make myself look like someone else.
Mm-mm.
But you could give yourself boobs.
You
I
could give
can't.
yourself
I
boobs.
can't do that.
I mean, you could give yourself the appearance of.
The appearance of boobs. Gracious of archery.
Can't figure out how to make a global damage modifier when you don't already have an existing global damage modifier. Oh, you know what I can do? I can
I
cheat.
don't.
Sorry, folks. Actually, maybe I'll just do this after the session. That way I'm not wasting everybody's time. I think there's a workaround where I can maybe like give you Hex as a feat and then use that to have the game auto-populate a damage modifier, and then I can alter it. It's like a 5-step process, but I'll do that later.
Okay.
It will be ready before next game. Or before
Sweet.
next combat, hopefully. Let me make a note in the thing to fix.
The breastplate and the bracers.
All right. Do you want to go talk to Jala? Do you have any questions for Nata?
I
Did
would
you
like
want
to
to tell us
know.
about the fish guy?
I would like to know more about his story. Cyril told us that you lived in the pyramid before coming to this settlement. How did you find yourself there in the first place, and what brought you here?
He uses the bubble necklace that he applied before over his gill slits and takes several deep breaths, causing the gill packets to bubble, setting it down. It's not an easy tale or a short one to tell. I was born here to my people, as many before me have been. Uh, many, many generations ago, they came and found this sacred place, the land of their destiny. And I was just born into this greatness. However, I failed to live up to the expectations of our mother, and I was exiled.
That sounds
Perhaps it
crappy.
wasn't such a long story after all.
Why were you exiled? What expectations did you
Being
not
too
live up to?
fishy.
Ha!
He tells you that Regent Mother
That was pretty
Lillipilippi
base.
requires excellence from all of her children, grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. You must excel in whatever endeavor you decide to pursue. And in her world, in her heart, there's no room for people who don't excel. I was a gifted artisan, but not more so than my brother was.
What was your art?
Sculpture.
Draco's Grotto could use some sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
We need some in the bestiary.
How come you've never tried to leave this jungle? Or how come you choose to live in the jungle and not find yourself among other merchants in a different city?
He asks if you've ever been outside of this utopian jungle. Even
Yes.
here in the refuge, it's full of hot, dry sand everywhere he's ever seen. My people cannot exist in hot, dry sand.
There are plenty of areas near water, if that's your concern.
It is. He explains, demonstrating with the necklace again, that he can't be far from water for any length of time, and that his people long struggled, long have the Kuatoa suffered in this desert landscape since the death of the second river after the apocalypse, and they've never found a safe place until they stumbled upon this magical oasis generations ago. It was foretold to them by their god that they would one day find a beautiful paradise, and this is it. He says, even cast down from the greatness of the pyramid, even forsaken by my family and the regent mother, I still can't imagine a more idyllic place to live.
Well, if
Where
you
else does water flow plentifully and forever?
the Atiru River and all of the settlements along it, but if you have no interest in leaving this place, that's fine too.
It tells you that the pink skins are awfully greedy about their water and who lives in it.
Let me tell you about this place. It's called Draco's Grotto,
Just know that there are
and
places where you would be welcome.
we have a oasis, which I assumed had like a giant uh, basin, and it'd be a great place for a fish to hang out. Just
Mhm.
saying.
Ish, that's racist.
We thank you for your time and will likely want to see you again before we depart this space. I understand we're off to see what you have as an apothecary here next.
As you leave, like you can tell there's
Later,
something
fish
on his
face.
mind. He stops the last of you out the door, whoever that is. Who's usually at the end?
It'll probably be
Draco.
Draco or Renan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't be me. I'll be one of the first ones to leave.
He watched, with like sort of tenuous, like, I just want to say one more thing until there's nobody left in the store. And as Draco is waddling his way out of the shop, Nato gets his attention. Adventurer, if you truly make it to the pyramid, could you seek out my brother and
Kick him in the gills?
I don't know, tell him that I've not forgotten him. He looks like
Draco,
me, only on his cheek he would by now bear the golden markings of a guild artisan. His name is Motto. You
nothing.
might
What's the matter with you?
Oh
you
my
might be
god, I
happy to
almost said
know I
motto,
survived.
motto.
So it's Nato and Motto.
Nato and Motto.
And Nato is this. What is this?
Hey.
What is this Nato?
Nato is from a race of amphibious creatures called the Kuatoa.
You'll have to spell that.
Motto's the artist, and Nato is Nato the artist.
He does also caution Draco that if, for whatever unimaginable reason, you are gifted an audience with the Regent Mother Lillipilippi, it might serve you best to not mention Nato in that circumstance. But he can't imagine she'd deign to speak with you ever anyway.
All right, I think we're
Goodbye to Draco and points you all down the road to Jala, the apothecary, the de facto sort of den mother of the refuge. Jala immediately tells you that she can see you have the bearings of adventurers. She's seen your kind before. Asks if you're here for room and board, or if you'd like to peruse the offerings of her shop first.
Let's shop before we drop.
Mm-hmm. I like this plan.
If things are available in a quantity greater than 1, the times the X number represents how many of the item is available. If no quantity is listed, it's just 1 of.
Spiked growth. What's the orb of spiked growth? Is that a sex thing?
Oh gods.
Can we go through all of these that we don't know? Like,
Yes, I will go
Okay.
through them all. We'll start with
Oh.
Orb of Spiked Growth, and then we'll go backwards. Orb of Spiked Growth is a consumable magic item, like a
Thank
hand grenade that, once thrown and activated, casts the Spiked Growth spell effect. The Water Elemental gem is Break Glass in case of emergency to summon a Water Elemental. The Potion of Mana is a new inclusion to this game. A Potion of Mana is drunk like a normal potion, but restores a level 1 spell slot.
Mm.
The Potion of Water Breathing does what it says it does. You breathe underwater. The Potion of Advantage, you drink as a potion, and then anytime in the next hour, you can choose to utilize the stored magic in your bloodstream to gain advantage on any 1d20 contest. The Superior Healing Potion is the Big Daddy healing pot, the 8d4 whatever one, 8d4 plus 8. The Potion of Greater Healing is the standard, this guy, which is 4d4 plus 4. And the Debtor's Healing Potion is similar in its curative effect to a Greater Healing Potion. However, it's limited in that you're only borrowing the health. It does 4d4 plus 4 of healing now, and in 1 hour you take 4d4 points of necrotic damage.
Hmm.
But they are surprisingly affordable.
That's interesting. I had to use my potion of greater healing, so I do not have a healing potion on my character anymore. I would like to
We should.
buy one.
is anybody resistant to necrotic damage?
I'm not. I'm not resistant. However, I gain back hit points at 1d6 every 10 minutes. So I could use those better healing potions and not
Yeah,
really have a disadvantage.
I say
That
you
might
guys
be-
both stock up on them.
I have 74 gold, so I will need to borrow
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
pot gold.
You can borrow my gold, sis.
Excellent.
we should get these out of the pot, out of the joint pot.
You can do whatever you want, Mark. I'm offering my sister some. Hoppy.
Okay.
Let's buy. I'll buy 2, and then Hoppy, if you want 3. That way we both
Yeah,
have.
I'll pick three.
Okay, I took 100 out of or 300 out of mine for you too. And then Hoppy, how many are you gonna get?
3. No, you
I'll get.
only need 150. And if
I
you
thought
put
they
in
were
they're
150.
75 gold apiece for the debtor's healing potions.
Right, but I was you're getting
gonna
those
get
ones?
me the regular ones. No, if you'll get me the
Yeah.
regular ones, that's perfect. Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm
then-
getting you the regular ones.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so then how many are you getting, Hoppy?
I should just get all of them.
I think so too.
Do it. Okay.
Okay, and I'll take that out of the pot, no problem. And just to give you guys sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna ask. You said that the orb of spiked growth casts the spell of spiked growth. What does that actually do?
I'm gonna pull it up. I don't know if I can link the spell or not, because I am not a character with a sheet.
No sheets given.
Don't know how to do that. Spike Growth is a 2nd level, I think maybe exclusively, Druid Ranger spell with a casting time of 1 action. It's a concentration spell that lasts up to 10 minutes. The ground in a 20-foot radius centered around a point within range twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within that area, it takes 2d4 points of piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
It's a booby trap.
Or the
And not
greater
just
part of the cheese grater combo.
Yeah. Not just the appearance of a booby trap.
Mm-hmm. An actual booby trap.
John, I'm gonna get one of the potions of water breathing because I
Okay.
always like to get those.
And I have one already in Oni's inventory that we didn't use when we went underwater on the island, so.
And I actually have it as a spell now,
Oh, nice.
Can you
which
get it
is
to other
pretty.
people?
That I don't know. Let me check my inventory real quick to make sure I don't have.
These are
Oh
great items.
no.
I love that potion of water breathing and that water elemental gem.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, I found good art.
I gotta be honest, I didn't hear a lot of those descriptions because I had a little monster in my face.
Ooh.
So if
I can
anything,
cast this up to 10 willing creatures
Nice.
that I can see. So it's almost like pass without a trace, but we can all breathe
okay, then
underwater.
I'm gonna get the potion of advantage instead.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very
Good call.
fair.
Do you think Draco would want a potion of mana?
I think you should have one.
I think he'd probably also want the elemental, the ability to summon a water elemental, but
So we can
Yeah,
put it
but
out.
do you, I think Hoppy's gonna try and talk him out of that one. No, you can't have pets. You break them.
should we buy more of the potion of advantage just to have in our collection?
I'll use. How many do you want?
If they're only 50 gold, you could just buy all 4 and keep them on your person and distribute them as needed.
Okay. Just so you guys know, if we buy all 4 of those, we're now at 945 for our total pot. Did we not get any money from?
We parlayed a lot of it into the airship.
Mm-hmm.
And we sent
You
some
guys
back
are.
to the grotto. But I don't think we ever.
Okay.
I don't know that we ever discussed that. Do we need to discuss that since we got it a few minutes today?
I mean, we're good. We still have 945. I'm just letting you guys know. Like,
Where we're at, yeah.
if Draco wants to buy the other thing for 1,000 gold, I'm not gonna give him 500 to do it.
How much does he have on his character sheet? Because he should have his. Oh, he had to buy that diamond, though.
I thought we took that out of joint.
Oh, we may have.
He has 143. Did he?
Did he spend
got the-
900 gold?
He was here for that session.
Yeah, he was. I don't remember.
Necromancer's walking stick. Did he?
I mean, most
buy
of us didn't add that 1,000 gold to our inventory, so
yeah,
maybe
he
he didn't
may not
either.
have.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a note to ask Zach. I'm gonna do it in Discord because now we have like 3 things we need to talk to him about.
Mm-hmm. I do think, though, if we have a critical role, that it would be helpful to have those. So, at only 50 gold. Even if
Yeah,
we
I
just
mean,
put
we
in the
still.
bag of holding.
I got all 4 of the advantage ones. If that's what
Perfect.
you're asking.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm just saying the last person that any of us are. I'm role playing. I would assume that the last thing we want to do is give Draco half of our remaining gold for something when he's been not
Agreed.
cool to our group.
He should be able to buy that if he wants the armor, and that will be up to him. He should be able to buy that with the money that he's got.
Do you want me to add the 1,000 to his?
No, because I don't know if he already did. We'll deal with that next session when he's here.
Yeah, smart.
Okay.
Any other purchases?
I don't think so.
Just room and
Place
board.
to sleep tonight,
But
unless it's super expensive.
I have
We have the
popular
tower.
demand, so we could tell our adventure stories so that we could stay for free.
Oh yeah. Entertain the tavern.
Hmm.
Okay.
Put on a-
Make a performance check for us, Oni, as you reenact tales of your glory days.
I'd like to do like cartwheels and back handsprings and stuff while she's doing that.
Please do.
And what would that be?
I still think performance is a great way to demonstrate
Yeah.
how well you're conveying your artistry, your mastery, your general
Okay.
ability to entertain.
No advantage, but still a 15.
Still a 15. Yeah, you guys captivate the audience. Jayla has only 2 rooms available, so she says you're going to have to bunk up, maybe boys and girls, or she looks up of you each down couples? Question mark.
Could I find someone to room with for the night, if you know what I mean?
She's working the crowd.
Yeah,
Listen.
the pickings here are a little slim. There's no particularly attractive men or women. They're hardworking fisher folk, so I imagine you could have your pick of the lot.
Okay, well, is there just a strong looking human?
Several, as well as one strapping Kuotoa.
What is that the amphibian thing?
Uh-huh.
It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna shack up with that one.
Nice. So why don't you come back to my place and I'll show you the shape of water.
Blech.
Let me touch your gills and it's a deal.
Remarkably penis shaped.
That got weird but fun.
Could I talk with some of the fishermen about how they, what animals are around, and maybe how they catch the fish and what dangers to look for?
Absolutely.
Not actually asking about dangers, asking about like what pets can I find.
They tell you that the panther displacer beasts you've already encountered are one of the more dangerous foes you can encounter in the jungle. You have to be careful around them. They have the ability to get into your mind and create false scenarios that put you at ease or draw you into an ambush. There are large reptilian creatures. Even a crocodile can be dangerous enough if you're unprepared for it. They tell you that there are large flying snakes deep in the jungle. Those are especially dangerous. You'll want to watch out for those. And I'm sure Jala told you, but don't leave the camp at night. Wandering through the jungle at night is a horrible idea. We call them shadows. No one knows exactly where they came from or what they truly are, but terrible creatures in the darkness that take random shapes, or maybe they don't have a shape, but they'll eat you. We'll never even find the pieces. Best to avoid the jungle at night.
Got it. Any advice for the flying snakes?
Don't.
Don't the flying snakes?
He says that in the village they call them nope ropes.
Okay. Got it.
That the coatl, as they are known by the Kuatoa, are sacred magical beasts to them, but they will flay and devour human people for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is against their native laws to kill one. So you're in a particularly bad spot if one finds you, because as a human, non-resident of the Great Pyramid, your options are basically get et or get executed. So, we don't.
So do you just like run away at first sight, or is there like something that we can...
His drunk friend says the key thing about the coatl is that you don't have to be... Well, I'm going to tell him. You don't have to be faster than a coatl. You just have to be faster than that guy.
Speaking of which, does anybody want to go to the town with us?
Everybody will bunk in for the night then. Renan with a new fish friend who, yeah, in the middle of the night you keep hearing, "Finger my slits."
Does she get a long rest if she doesn't rest?
I think afterwards maybe. I don't know. We'll roll for it. Everybody will benefit from the effects of a long rest, and we'll pick this up next Sunday? Question mark.
Yep.
Huzzah!
Thank you guys.
Yay! Thanks
Thank you.
everybody.
See everybody on the 7th.
Bye.
Okay.
Perfect.
Bye.
Have